The turn, feeling it good. OGC, let's not think too much about it. Let's just run it, you. That's what I'm hearing from the panel. But of course, Misery, we bring it to a sense of reality here. Like, can OGC actually execute this draft, especially after game 1 loss?
I mean, considering we saw game 1, it's hard to believe that they can just turn it all around, I feel. But yeah, I mean, it's still definitely possible to come back.
This was over.
I think they have a decent lineup this time around. I think it's a bit hard for them to maybe get. They need to make sure they get out of laning phase. Well,
this is how they try and start early. It's 5 heroes to the bottom lane, go for a hunt, and Z-Freak has already missed the opportunity on Nortel.
Yeah.
They are really just trying to get all out aggressive 5 heroes to the bottom.
Okay, so what we talked about during the draft was
not what you expected.
You know, you have this Darkseid hero now, and it's a pretty tricky hero to pull off if you don't have the first 3-4 minutes locked down, because not much has to go wrong in terms of your creep cutting and stuff for your Darkseid to suddenly be low on HP or low on mana, or Grimstroke getting like some nice denies on you, and then you're low level, and it's not that easy to play. So after the game 1, I felt like maybe this was kind of a tricky strat to pull off. But we'll see if they're able to reset and think how they're going to play this lane out. Another point is that Morphling is probably one of the very best heroes in this situation, where he gets to sit on his tower and last at everything. And then even if Darkseid has a perfect creep cut, it gets level 5 fast, you still won't really be able to pressure Morphling much. They do have a Queen of Pain that can rotate in though, so that's something they got going for them. So potentially that could be the opening, where they wait for like level 3 or 5 Darkseid, and then they dive the Morphling with Queen of Pain ultimate.
Does that kind of work out? Like, is there a lane matchup that OGC want to have out of all 3 matchups they want to have? Because right now we know Necro is going to be top. You're going to have like Monkey in mid, and you have Morphling on safe lane. Is there a perfect matchup that OGC want against these 3 heroes?
I mean, they kind of see OG's lanes coming. Like, it's pretty obvious they're going to do this Pangolier Necrophos off lane, both because Seb is playing it, but also just because the nature of the other heroes that they have. Now they see the Morphling bottom because of this aggressive move they went with. Clock is running in, so they know all 3 lanes, and I don't think they're really able to mix it up.
Okay,
so I think they're okay with the laning phase.
Sort of what they've got and get the best out of it.
Queen should do fine with Monkey, right? I don't know. I think Monkey has to play pretty aggressively to win that matchup. It's a very slippery slope for him, I think, but he should lose the lane, I think, if Corp maxes Shadow Strike, and then you have Ember top. He should get stuff as well.
To try and battle on bottom. Nortel with the Illuminate spam. They might actually have enough with the double Iron Shot. Mail's going to go down first, and Z-Freak with a battery assault. He's going under the tier 2 tower to actually get the second kill for OGC's off lane. It's clever shenanigans, but it ends up working out, and Z-Freak will just do himself to the tier 2 tower.
That was a very nice move, actually. The Illuminate level 1 on Cardle. You don't see that too often these days, so definitely caught them off guard.
Yep. And Samel, like, you get low on Agi, and 1 hit actually really starts to hurt. Darkseid might be a little bit deep, but they'll keep going at it.
Yeah, I like that they brought Pexo down here to start with, so they ensure that Darkseid gets to do this cutting level 1. And Necro Pango is not too scary early on, so Ember won't really die there, top lane. He'll just get his level 2.
Well, they're already going to TP Cuddle out, so bottom lane it feels like they did everything they wanted to do.
Yeah. Oh, it looks pretty good for OGC now. They get to do the Darkseid cutting, and Clock gets to kind of zone the Grimstroke.
And OG can't do what they like to do. Whenever they plant this observer ward like they have up on the top lane, just between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower, like, they contest pulls like this from the Keeper of the Light. Instead, they battle a little bit into Madara, they do their own pulls, and they drag the wave back, but they're not killing couriers, they're not killing heroes.
Yeah.
They're not able to do what OG want to do, and now Zebe is able to get a 2.5 wave pull burnt down. Like, this is the dream for a Darkseid. This is level 3.
Good, man. Yeah, this is the dream for sure. I really like what OGC did this game. Like, they look much more prepared for this game than game one. Maybe the first game was just like first game of the day type of thing. They just need to kickstart. So,
have a Kickstarter project. Will you please invest? Top lane. That's a big hit. That's a huge hit. Level 1 Illumina just takes off so much life from both Seb as well as Saxa. Say his name correctly, please. While on bottom lane. Stun out from Nortel. Samel wants to keep fighting into the battery assault and the iron shell. Z-Freak has to play the fog of war. He turns back around, realizing he's going to get hit anyway. Saxa dies up on the top lane. So there was a bit of a trade-off. Maybe now Zibe's a little bit too deep.
Let's see.
Leave one iron shell behind. Samel's trying to get the denies so it doesn't do as much. Soldering before
with soldering, that's nice. He got a flask, Z-Freak. So the cutting can continue.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I like what I see.
And
So Clock really wants to get level 2 right now, I think, so he can at least threaten the kill onto this Grimstroke a bit more with the cogs. I think he should take the XP from this wave here.
oh, they're jumping again. Texu. Oh wait, no, never mind. He's gonna be okay. Thought it felt a little bit more pressuring, then you got to realize this isn't a 3-position Pango. The mid lane feels a lot nicer. Yeah, it's a decent matchup. 20 to 5 versus 15 to 1. So a bit of an advantage going the way of mid one.
Yeah, mid one I'm still doing really well. I saw him play EU Pops yesterday too, so he's really getting used to it. The ping.
Yeah, this is how like the old Natural 9 used to play, right? Like you just get used to it. Your draft heroes that function well for you, and obviously this isn't really the case with the Monkey King, but at least you just get used to the delay. And if things stay the way they are, you're gonna have to really get used to it. Maybe Thompson, don't think about getting back to EU.
Yeah, I mean, if mid one can play, why not bring Thompson in as well?
Yeah,
Just have
play the full roster.
Yeah.
Darkseid's getting so much money once again. Like he's getting the money, he's getting the experience. CS-wise, he's neck and neck with that of the Morphling.
There's still Bouncy one actually sitting there from the minute 0, and no one's gonna get that.
Oh wait,
right now.
value, bottle rune of Chesty. Yeah. And the was like, well, do I deny? Wait,
He denied it. Yeah.
he denied it. Chesty was standing on top of it. He didn't pick it up in time.
He didn't know there was a Grimstroke there randomly.
Oh god.
Septo ended up dying.
Yeah, battling out for the rune, and sucks. So maybe he's able to pick up that second. Z-Freak, and he does the race, but it is Sucks' rune. But he'll lose his life, maybe to the neutrals. One more attack will do it, but Z-Freak's got the attack. Mid one rotated over, and Peksu now no blinding light skilled up, so he can't just push back mid one. But that's what cogs are for.
Looking good. Notel got some really nice vision out from that though. CB is maybe in trouble here. Nah.
Another jump forward. Wait,
Mid one,
where
though.
is...
Mid one is gonna go down here maybe.
And that looks like a banana ready to be peeled. Monkey King, Sonic Wave, 17 HP and one more attack. Putting the observer wall down, making sure they can see. In fact, the ping came out, thinking the observer wall was just north of the ramp that Chessie walked up, and now Chessie also gets a regen rune for the 6 minute into his bottle. And that's happy days.
Morphling's net worth is very high though. So this is the problem when you run Dark into Morphling is that even now the Quap ultimate is down too, so you're never
Nice
really
dodge.
doing this guy.
Midara, we got the sign of fist off, so he actually dodges the Inkswell. Z-Freak's gonna arrive as well. He's got the battery assault. Seb having a very hard time. He hasn't hit 6 yet, and both Soxa as well as Seb both being caught up inside the trees. Zibe gets that kill from the other side of the map thanks to his level 3 iron shell on the clockwork. And Midara barely stays alive.
Actually perfect now. He got his 6 too. He can bottle up the Coddle here
Regeneration.
as well. And Yep, it's not going as well as they had hoped for sure for OG.
Obviously, you've still got the big win condition in the Morphling you were mentioning before, like Sumail. It's just some easy farm for him. He's even pulling the wave over with the Iron Shell on it.
Yeah.
So his creep wave can do some damage to the tier 1 tower, so he's able to farm both jungle as well as push the lane.
So who's gonna buy Vessel for? It looks like Ember is gonna go Vessel. So they do have a, because he's going Vessel as the carry. He's gonna have it fairly early, and that's one way to kill the Morphling. So they have some nice timings on them if they can continue to have good games on both Ember, Co-op, and Darkseer.
Well, Sumail is such a dick. He just fortified because there was 2 Iron Shells on his wave, and he wasn't having anything to do with it. And Zibe's got a lot of stacks up. Finally, they're going to get rid of that Observer Ward that was planted down a long time ago by No-Tail.
Dire's bottom tower.
An Arcane Rune protected up on the top lane. Really good, great control for Chessie to be free from the OG supports.
They see the Monkey King here. But nope, he's not going to get caught.
Wait, did OG actually check the hillside? Because they have a sentry ward in range of the obs. I guess they didn't. Clockwork, nice rocket. Sees mid 1. He starts up on good route. Just trying to lay him and cut the tree down and the sonic wave. Mid 1. Wait, hang on. Pick up all your neutral items if possible.
Sumail is here.
Yeah, he is. That's feels a little early under the tier 1 tower. Rudy's going to happen. There's a lot of Iron Shells on the heroes, pushing him back with the cogs. Ember Spirit. Here comes your Reaper Scythe. Not enough to kill off Z-Freak. A little bit premature there from Seb. As OG back up. This is not a healthy Morphling, and he's going to be careful about how much he Agi morphs with rockets flying around too. And they jump in once again, No-Tail. OGC have great information thanks to this Observe Ward on the hillside. They know the rest of OG backed up. So OGC jump in, get the kill, add pressure to the mid tier 1 tower.
And bottom too. Because Morphling TV'd out there, the bot tower is now kind of vulnerable.
Pango's on the defense, but Pango just TP to bottom. Again, oh, the Will-O-Wisp cuts the trees down at mid 1. This Observer Ward, how much dividend's going to pay off? They saw exactly where he was on the jump.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
OGC
Radiant's middle
turning up for game 2.
Yeah, that is the biggest lead they've had in this series. The experience is pushing around 2k. The gold is pushing to about 1.5k. And No-Tail's finally worked it out. He put a second sentry ward down to find it. But that obs is gone.
Now, compared to the Morphling, it's like, and same with Ember, they're closing in on the gap. It was really grim before. Seb.
Now they're going to go in. Seb is probably the closest target. Monkey King starts over on Z-Freak. You're going on a level 5 support Clockwork, leveled up just before this fight begins. Sumail waveform down, finds the kill. Mid 1, oh, it's a good sonic wave. Pushing him back, trying to hide inside the mischief, but that ain't gonna work. They just wait inside the Wukong's command. A lot of big abilities being burnt. Another side of fist searing chains, but you know mid 1 wants to turn it up. But on bottom lane, they're actually going after Pango in the trees while pushing the tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they just want out.
They're gonna have to let this one go top.
They want to fight bottom. They want to kill Pango. Clockwork's TPing over towards the outpost. They know Pango's in the trees. Madara cuts it with the fire remnants forward. Give him a Shaka and keep going a little bit harder at this.
Yeah, this is a lot of space though. Morphling is back down bottom to defend the tower.
Is he strong enough to still fight?
Yeah, this is maybe a little questionable, but it looks like that's creating just enough space that
Morphling can clean up the wave. And you're gonna get damage into the tier 2 tower on top.
They should know that Morphling has no TV. He TV'd in here, so Sumail's maybe in trouble here.
Well, there's a cog burn. They're trying to take off his mana. He's got 12 one charges available. The strength morph begins from Sumail. The Clockwork Rocket, nice from Z-Freak. So they see Sumail go into the trees and even create an illusion of him with the Darkseer wall being leveled up. And he's rooted and caught in the tree line. Sumail will go down.
Oh.
balance in all things.
OG did not even want to attempt to TP there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Probably the right call. If you change starts TPing in there,
is under attack.
you might just feed relentlessly. But that's the top net with Hero dying there, and they're gonna get the tower.
Tower has fallen.
How does it look for Vessel? It's halfway or a bit more than halfway done. That's like... Queen looks to be going Orchid here.
Really making sure they got the lockdown against OG. Another great rocket from Z3. Hook shots available. He goes all the way in onto Zuxa. But a good, easy swashbuckle outside the cogs. No tower will arrive. You just take the burn from the cogs. It's fine. It won't matter where that came from, I guess. And they're getting Morphin back into his farm pattern.
Kind of like the Illuminate build on Coddle nowadays. It's pretty underrated, I think.
As in more than the blinding light. Like, what's the advantage of actually skipping blinding light?
I mean, you're gonna have a way to push out lanes. You're gonna have a way to get farmed. So you're gonna be not just this guy with one blinding light and one ultimate. You're also gonna have an ability to get a glimmer cape, get a force staff, and be more of a factor in the game.
He did a lot of damage in the early game too. He was hitting multiple heroes at a time. Like that's kind of what destroyed both like Pango and Zuxa. I keep getting hit by 2 hero Illuminates. And they were at level 2s as well in the early stages. So they actually did something. And there's more space for Madara. As he said, building Spirit Vessel, gonna try and work with Chessie. Strike is out and Pango is ticking pretty fast, gonna swashbuckle away. And okay! Chessie wants it.
Dax is getting chased by Dax here right now.
Who really wins that one? Vac versus Vac. Shell versus Shell. Now you let the ulti out from Pexu, so Zibe can get some space. He'll get a copy of both Seb as well of Sumail. And with the roots down, mid one wants to help out. Lets the Wukong's command out. Is it going to be enough? Waveform down. Sumail, and she gets the kill on the retreat back out. But it's still not enough. Zibe's Iron Shell actually helps kill off Sumail. I think it was on the remaining target on Madara. Reaper side drops. Madara already cut the tree down at mid one. Always hold that Quelling Blade, and Chessie wants to get back into the fight. There's no scream of pain, but it won't matter. There's a lot of tick damage going into Monkey King. And there's no control. The Soul Bind, it went onto Chessie, and he just blinks away. At least saves the life of Monkey King, who's back in the fountain. But this is going to be one of the very few times I think we've seen OG look to actually just run in and fight and back off.
Yeah. But once again, the Morphling dies, and his timing is slowed down.
And they're contesting for bounty runes. Alright, OG, battle underneath your tier 1 tower. Rockets and observe wards planted down. And yeah, catching out the Pango. Uncertain what he was trying to get from going into the trees. There ain't no shop there anymore.
So that's 4 bounty runes. The score looks awfully similar to the first game.
Yeah, the other way around.
Yeah.
On Madara, looking to try and fight. Slider Fist Searing Chains, goodbye Grimstroke. A sick chance to give a little bit more life, and you see mid one jumping, almost feeling like he can fight because they have their obs and sentry up there, but they won't take it.
I mean, when you get this Daxia online with Ember and Clockwork, and you can just keep fighting with these 2 melee run at you heroes with Shell on, it's not easy to stop.
Yeah. You were flagging this when we were just having like a casual discussion through the drafting phase, like, hey, if Daxia doesn't get a good start, he's going to mess with the creeps here big, and then he's just absolutely nothing here. But now he's a real hero. Puts the wall down over on set, but now they're trying to fight the whole shot forward. They're going to get another ball, stop him to get everything, but with the Winston, they control it perfectly. So once they get the Soul Bind over begging no targets, he is so hard by another Sonic Wave, but mid-one will arrive, but where's the rest of the team? He needs to find Waffling is not part of it, so Pango will drop. Mid-one will now bounce back out. Do they have something to cut the tree? Not quite. The rocket will give extra information. Monkey King still continues to bounce out, and they are just buying more and more time. Pexu actually goes down to mid one. That wasn't part of the plan.
He died at range creep, I think, or tower shot.
Radiant's top tower
He died at range creep.
Like we wanted to look back over towards Sumail. Like he is, he's just sitting over in the jungle farming up his Manta style. Obviously realizing without that he can't fight into an Orchid.
Yeah, and Vessel, right? Like he desperately needs this Manta. But then he has a Manta style, then he needs to get another item before he's actually able to really fight. So
Here we go again. OGC trying to play like OG. Who would have thought mid one can caught out underneath the tier 1 tower. Chessie will finish the job, and they've already found another target. Notal in the trees.
but they just died there.
Wait, Pexi died again. Yeah, sorry, it's a male. He's like, oh, I think I found him, boys. I found him. And look at the TPs. The observer ward was planted down. They see where he's moving. Queen of Pain now has the Orchid available, and the Manta is not there on Sumail. He's short by 100 gold. So the Orchid's out, and Sumail trying to stand his ground and kill off Chessie. He can't finish the job. Saxa came over, but he couldn't connect. So Sumail is down, and right now Z-Freak is trying to get the solo kill over on Saxa. The Darkseer wall, Saxa, he's able to move himself further away.
Radiant's top tower.
Salve up quickly. What can he get? A healing salve. Sure, you'll take that. You get your life back up again quickly.
Okay, it looks like we have a little bit of a slowing down.
Yeah.
Or not. Mid lane.
It's they're still gonna go. Ember Spirit, Side of Fierce Searing Chains. Give him the extra blast, give him the rocket, and then give him the chakra so he can go over another Side of Fist again. Urshrad's buying some time, Morphling's coming over, and Seb, he's just soaking up the Spirit Vessel charges. Now you're down to 0 on Madara. That's not a happy place to be. The Z-Freeze took shot off cooldown in 1 second time. Maybe he can find Saxa in the tree line, or he catches mid one. Either one, he'll be happy with that. The Tinker Ball gets planted. Pangolier stunned up for the moment, but at least he got into his Rolling Thunder. He wants to escape mid one. Just continues to bounce and bounce. Madara hits a Sleight of Fist, but mid one continues to bounce again. And away and space has been created.
Wow, they were lucky they got away from that.
It's either lucky or it's just being OG.
Lucky or Saxa in trouble here.
He's just space creating, remember. That's all this is for. Orchid it up.
Radiant's bottom
He knows he's dead. Say, please follow me. Mid one's going to soak up the wave on the bottom. A little too early on the jump, so fortification slowing things down a bit. At least no one from OG is going to TP back to a tier 3 town to stop a Monkey King.
Radiant's
And the
bottom tower
outpost,
is under
no
attack.
tell. He's going to at least finish the job. But with 2 heroes arriving, I think they get this outpost back in time.
Yeah, they
Both 20-minute outposts belong to OG
Radiant's
Seed.
bottom tower
Mid lane,
is under
Sumail.
attack.
Oh god, how many times are they going to continue to catch him? He'll waveform up. At least it's the Manta style. Oh wait, he's out of his TP! And now, he'll have to change up into the Ember Spirit, use the Searing Chains to control up Madara. He needs to jump back out this one. Side of Fist to dodge the first attack, but now the Orchid's back up once again, and Morphling silence up mid one. Yep, nothing he wants to do with this. Sumail gets dropped. He TP'd as opposed to ran, and OG caught him out. What a lovely observer ward. Saw everything.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's kind of interesting, like, because both games are very similar. Like the team that falls behind just continues to try to keep fighting and keep dying over and over and over.
Well, they both attended the OG school, so
Look at Ember bottom.
they play the same style. Notal a little bit too far up. At least get the soul bind off. But do you really take this fight? The bounce forward from mid one. Now they back him down. Easy way to kill off trees. At least he ever survives. He jumped halfway through the VAC. But that's 2 heroes dead from OG and OG Seed. Now they've learned a lot from game 1.
Just keep it back in there. Defending.
So what do you do if you're OG? Like, can you keep doing this run at you? Sox is trying to do his own little fun little play up against Madara. There's space being created. Maybe it is. Morphling jumps himself forward, but hookshot once again from Z-Freak. Sumail, the Darkseer wall, starts creating his own copy. Sumail just wants to get the hell out of here, but he's got no waveform. He initiated with it. A quick mana star, but they wait for the Orchid. Chessie's patience will pay off enough. No worry, Morphling's back to his tier 2 tower. Now OGC blew their initial attack. What else have they got? Darkseer still waiting to try and play around this wall, but you've got problems. Sox has been dropped. Seb now standing underneath his own tier 2 tower. The Sonic Wave will connect. The Ink Swell's out, but they can't stay on the front lines to get the attack in. In fact, it's now Monkey King, mid one, trying to finish off Chessie, but he can blink away in time while the battery assaults from Z-Freak helps create the extra space. Another Spirit jump forward. Sumail, that's the target they definitely want. You've got more charges to work with. Norita's trying to land this stun once again, but he can't even land the Ink Swell over onto Peksu. And now he will go down. Sorry, it was the stroke he couldn't land. Sumail's back to his tier 3 tower, but he's got very few teammates to play with because they're only now just respawning.
Maybe they can still defend the tower. It's actually crazy. This tower...
Wait, you want to see OG come out and defend the tier 2 tower against OGC?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they would just chain TP in there now and defend it, you know?
Well, they do have fortification available.
Yeah. Maybe even surprising that they're not.
Well, maybe they're happy to let things settle down for a bit. Let Sumail get the E-Blade, but he really felt like he was in no man's land for a second.
Fortified.
Okay, well, Seb's walking onto the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think he can get anything here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
In fact, he's in range of the dire Obs and Sentry, so a jump forward from Chessie. Man, what you give for your finished Greaves or some kind of defensive item for Seb. He's got no yours, he's got no Greaves, and right now he'll probably have to bite back to defend against OGC's attack. They're coming at the tier 3 tower, and Sumail is still not ready to fight.
Dire are scanning.
No fortification either. OG burnt it on the tier 2 tower. That's a nice fight of fist steering chain over on 2 with the soulbind connection and the extra stun. Have they got enough? Chessie, he's going to drop the hook shot. Z-Free couldn't create enough space. He was battling into the Will-O-Wisp. Now the Reaper sights will connect. And OG seed. And they felt confident. But respect your elders. They just lost their 2 huge cores. Zibe trying to get out of here. The Glimmer Cape from Pexi will buy him a little bit of extra time, but Sumail staying with him. A blinding light will push him back. Another stun. In fact, 2 of them. Z-Free creating space with his own cogs. A quick Bangalore jump. Great forced up and TP out to safety. Z-Freak will be able to complete that one. I don't know if you can say the same for Pex with the Glimmer Cape protection. It's enough. The sentry came way too late, so no Data Strike could connect, but Ember and Queen of Pain losing their lives on the ramp for the tier 3.
Yeah, that was pretty throwy. But I mean, at the same time, not really. It was just really nice play by Sumail, right? Coming in and chaining them both. You don't think about it.
And Sumail brought up like golf big. But of course, in OG style, we're already fighting once again. Monkey King, Orchid, silenced up, looking to get the regeneration rune. Now it's going to be mid one. Dead for 46 seconds.
But once again, in this patch, it's like, even if you get these kills on the cores there, they're just going to spawn. And then nothing big really changed. They would have to do that multiple times when they're this far ahead. So you see, once again, just mid one moves across the map and he just gets picked off again. And now they're realistically in the same spot as they were before. I guess the only guy who got some gold from that is Morphling, right?
Yeah, he got the kill. He got the streak.
Yeah, so he's somewhat close to E-Blade, I think, or what? He has 1k. Is that all? Does he have a Ghost Scepter somewhere? He's going. Is that his Perseverance?
No. That's Necros.
Okay.
That's Necros Perseverance coming out of the shop. Let me just find his courier.
I see his courier. It's in base.
Yeah, it's got nothing on it.
Okay, he's actually not. Oh, he has 3k. It was just bugged. He was DC'd.
He's got 3160 and still waiting to buy. I imagine he'll have to go to the dye shop for that one. But hey, on your way to the runes, can you just pick something up on the way?
This was
some milk.
Before it started.
Smells back in the game. I think we're good to go. I think you can have lag no matter what happens when you play from America into Europe.
So there's a Roshan. OGC can't really kill it that easily. Like, they would kind of need OG heroes to be dead, which is, you know, definitely possible considering what we've seen so far. But they can't just walk in there and start killing it. I think that's too risky against OG's lineup. They don't really have the damage.
Yeah, and of course you got to respect the players too. Like if you want to battle in a condensed area, just like you did on the bottom lane, like you got to think twice. And maybe that's also something else as well, like OG Seed. Like if you can put game one behind you with a fantastic double kill to start the bottom lane up, and it's momentum on a Darkseer. But do they have to temper themselves a little bit now? Wait for critical things, or do they just keep going?
They just keep going. That's kind of what their lineup is designed to. But at some point, you want to be able to kill Roche. You want to be able to kill tier 2s, I think. And that's kind of what OGC's problem is going to be, potentially, to close out this game.
The Raider fight. Freeze is done on Darkseer. You've got a pipe. You've got a full BKB now for the Queen of Pain too.
OG's going to want to smoke as well. They're going to smoke down to the Morphling. But
are they going to go on Z-Freak?
Maybe break it, or... No.
Oh, he's running back up again. The observer wards are everywhere. The smoke's going to break in 1 second time for OG Seed.
Maybe going to get caught. He doesn't have a remnant out. He doesn't see it coming at all.
He jumps to that. The remnant's right on top of Monkey King, so if he jumps up, you see the jump. Oh no! This one's stun timing. That's not what he's looking for, but you do get the soulbind with a double silence. Zux is going to get as many stuns out there as possible, battling inside the Wukong's command. Darkseer, as well as Z-Freak, having a very hard time getting any kind of damage out. While Samel is another great double searing chain, but the Sonic Wave! Oh, Chessie hits 3! No tail, mid 1, and Seb reeling from this one. The buyback comes in, and Seb at least can put down Madara with that Reaper side. He loses life for it, but Chessie looking for now his quad kill. The silence is out, a big disarm. No-Tail still trying to help with these strokes of fate, letting the fights continue as she ends up killing off Peksu. So no more blinding lights for OG having to fight into, but a blink forward from Chessie. Another silence is out. They get their disable, but where's the follow-up? Samel looking for his own fight, but who does he really fight here? Surging forward, Chessie, great hook shot, but Samel just turns around to battle the illusion. So a hook shot, no longer so great.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
She split all three of those heroes, and everyone just disengages now.
My thanks.
Oh, that was. I mean, Samel slight changed the Ember just as he was slight of his thing, and then he broke the monkey trees. That was like the best case scenario for OGC there. But it's very hard for that. Like if Darkseer gets to get his spells off, it's very hard for OG to team fight.
That's why they need to be able to nuke him down a little bit faster. But you see Samel, yeah, items to pick up. Now 300 goldish away from having his E-Blade. But buybacks are going to be like few and far between. You did have to buy back in that last fight onto No-Tail so he can get back involved again. Seb still got his on cooldown with a hook shot forward. Likes to find himself in the graveyard once more. Soulbind, double silence. Seb looking to try and get closer for his extra stun, but no one's coming into the tier 2 tower. But with the force up Z-Freak, he actually pushes himself down to the tier 2 tower to get away from the Wukong's command fight. Darkseer has been nuked down, so that factor has been removed, but Seb, he can't regenerate. Chessie blinks forward onto the tier 2 tower. He wants mid one. He's already claimed Seb's life. They haven't got the bigger one they want, which is Samel. But Chessie won't care if he keeps backing up these kills. He's 18-110 on the Queen of Pain.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And props to Madara for the 28 assists he's currently sitting on. 27 for Z-Freak.
18 kills for Chessie.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I wonder if Chessie should go. He's going Hex, it looks like, which is you can't blame him. It's pretty good here, but it would be nice for him to get some more physical damage potentially. But I guess Ember has a Deso, so that kind of solves a bit of the issues they might run into.
Do they have? So without the Spirit Vessel charge being on Morph, do they actually have a way to stop Samel? Like when does Samel become too big to handle?
I mean, first step is BKB. I think BKB here is kind of necessary.
Is under attack.
But he looks to be going Scotty. Maybe he wants to go BKB later, so it doesn't go down in charges. Or maybe he just feels he won't need it. because they do have like a Lotus Orb now on Seb.
Look how scared OG are of this outpost. They actually have to use multiple heroes now to grab it in time. They will be able to. There's a clockwork rock over the top of Samael, so they're a little bit more concerned.
I think maybe it's time for OGC to start hitting Roshan, perhaps. I guess they found a DD here, so, you know, the play becomes more obvious. But it's a good way to get OG to come to you, and you kind of still want to use your spells.
They're looking for the jump. Samael.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And instead, be a tier 2 tower up on top.
You don't want Coddle or Darkseer to die first in the fights. You need their ultimates.
Samael's feeling a little bit more confident now. He's walking around with the Greater Fairy Fire. That's one way to bring Morphling back up to full. Smoke up once again. OG committing 2 of these in a minute. They just want to target. Z-Freak, Blade Mail's already up. That's a lot of heavy damage into it, but they haven't finished the job just yet. Mid-1 still looking for his own jump in, but under the Will-O-Wisp, it's Seb who's in trouble. Mid-1 finally gets the ulti out, but he's back in, under the wall, combining with the light. They just can't get away. OG blinded out. And Samael's like, well, I might be able to fight, but without a team, this is still really a game. This is meant to be a team game after all. Back onto the tier 3 towers, double damage rune intact. I don't kill Roshan, I kill OG. Seed. They've just wiped the 2-time TI champions out. Incoming! And a full fight, and now they're ready to push down mid.
Yeah, let's see what they can get out of this. If they can get a Rax here or what. Is there buybacks? There is no buybacks.
Up, they got nothing. They have a Grimstroke alive.
Rock it on.
If the buybacks come off cooldown for Seb, but he's still short by 350 gold. This will be a mid-Rax. Let's OG pull something out of the bag. Jump forward, Seb. Very quickly silenced up. He's got the Lotus Orb to break himself free. The melee Rax, they're actually going to keep this alive. Madara, he's trapped inside. Hook shot won't actually manage to connect over on Seb. You still also have no Darkseer wall for the moment. The stun control is just too good, however, from OGC. Darkseer will die once again, chalking up his 12th death of the game. With Side of Fist Searing Chains, Seb continuously, once again, putting this Lotus Orb to work. Their melee Rax is at least taken in favor of OGC, and they will now back up. 20k advantage, mid-Rax going their way. But still, I wouldn't count OG out.
No, it still feels like it's possible for them to win this game. It's like one good fight, and then Roshan, and suddenly...
Oh, Z-Freak, the spirits, they have the Tinkerward up. Mid-1 thought he was being really clever, bouncing back down again. So they put the Tinkerward on bottom lane when OGC were pressuring there. Now up on top lane, reaping rewards. I think Chessie might put the Sheepstick to use. He found Samael, or has Samael found him? Sentry wards were down, so Samael got a bit of an early warning system. While up on top lane, Seb trying to get around the cogs. No-Tail lets the silence out. Darkseer trying to be that hero of control, and Samael comes and joins the fight. Soulbinder's out, the Reaper side comes down, but once again from Seb, it's too early. Z-Freak's battery assault continues to go to work, especially as he can hookshot forward. Cold pushing back out Seb. Chessie can go to work on him with a double kill, looking for the triple. Sonic Wave will ensure it, and GG is called. 53 kills from OG Seed after being pummeled into the ground by OG in game 1. They hit back in OG style. And who is the real OG? I guess we'll have to find out in game 3.
Yeah.